Hey, Caleb, thanks for taking the time. Howard was just talking. He feels like the hands are up a lot more on defense. There's a lot more intensity on defense. I'm curious your perspective of that, and maybe was it something that was player led during the COVID break that maybe caused this increase in defensive intensity?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with Coach. Just being more intense on defense, paying attention to the little details, like you said, hands up, communicating on defense. So I think it was definitely things led by the coaches as well as the players, just to kind of play harder on defense, especially communicating more, so you can talk yourself into the right spots, talk your teammates into the right spots. So definitely, yeah.
Next, we'll jump over to Andrew Kahn from M Live.
Hey, Caleb. As far as Eli, can you speak to how important he is in game? Talking you guys through things when, obviously the coaches can do it during timeouts, but kind of in real time.
No, yeah. It's obviously great to have a player like him. Real skilled, real smart, and it helps a lot because he really knows everything. He don't be making mistakes like that. So just having him out there on the floor is like an extension of the coach. Just being able to talk us through it if we're not sure what's going on with a certain action. So he's real vocal on the court, and if you get a little stuck or you're a little confused, he'll help you out and kind of talk you through it in the midst of the game. So it helps a lot to have someone like him out there.
Thanks.
Does anybody else have any questions? We'll go to Alejandro from the Michigan Insider.
Hey, Caleb. H again, he was just talking about Brandon Johns and how he hasn't necessarily been able to get all the way back up to speed, given that he's a veteran wing. What has his role been in the last couple of weeks, maybe as from a coaching role from his perspective?
Sorry, you said Brandon Johns?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously he had COVID and stuff like that, so he's trying to get back. So just, I think for him, obviously it takes time when you're going through something like that. So he'll be back and he'll be good. So we ain't really too worried about that. He'll be good.
Has he been a mentor or anything like that in any way to you, to Musa, to the other wings?
Yeah, for sure. He's played in college for a while. So there's definitely things that he's been teaching us that we don't necessarily know or haven't really experienced yet. So it definitely helps to have a guy like that, a senior leader type dude, to really help you out on the sidelines, especially when he's not playing due to circumstances.
We'll move over to Michael Cohen from the Detroit Free Press.
Hey, Caleb, I think it was after the Minnesota game when in the next couple of practices, you guys said you really got after it 5-on-5 and the defensive intensity kind of rose to another level. And then you came out and you guys, really blasted Southern Utah. But after that, the next couple of results didn't go your way. And a lot of times this week, it sounds like some of the similar things where you guys feel like you're starting to turn a corner again. So what's the key to making sure that role that you guys feel like you're about to start continues and there's not kind of a drop off like there was against UCF and Rutgers?
Yeah, I think just continuing with the intensity on defense, I think it really starts there, and then our offense can kind of stem from that. So just making sure we're communicating, being as intense as possible. I mean, you're going to make mistakes, but just try and limit the mistakes to a few, so there's not too many. It doesn't kind of snowball. So yeah, just staying intense on defense, communicating, and then kind of just playing free on offense and letting the game come to you. And I think we'll be good.
Thanks, Caleb.
We'll move over to James Hawkins in the Detroit News.
Hey, Caleb, going back to Eli, you mentioned that he can help guys on the floor when you get stuck or confused. I guess, is there anything that stands out for you in particular? Is there a moment like that you faced this so far this season?
Oh, sorry, could you repeat that again?
Yeah, you mentioned with Eli that he can help you guys out on the floor when you get stuck or confused. Is there a moment you in particular where he's helped out during a game for you?
Yeah, I'll say definitely probably multiple times. I can't really name one, but just probably more on defense. Just certain actions that obviously we go over in practice, but sometimes within the flow of the game, you kind of get caught up in the moment and you might just have like a brain fart or it doesn't trigger as quickly. And obviously he's been through it multiple times. Obviously he's been here for a while. So him just saying something like boxer or something, that just lets me know that I got to go up and take the guy who's coming off the screen. So it's just simple things like that where if he didn't really say anything, Like who knows what would have happened. So it's just simple things like that that you don't really see, but it definitely makes a difference.
And I don't know how much you guys have dove into the scouting yet for Indiana, but they lead the Big Ten in scoring defense, and they're one of the better teams in the nation in terms of field goal percentage defense. I guess just what stands out about them defensively?
To be honest, I haven't really watched too much of them. I think we're about to go over them today. We had 1 or 2 days off, so yeah, we're definitely going to dive into that today, and definitely talk about how we could get after them and what we're going to do offensively and defensively.
We're going to move back over to Andrew from MLive.
Yeah, you've now had a few true road game atmospheres, including Illinois, which was somewhat rowdy, and I expect Indiana will be too. Yeah, I guess what have you made of that as first time college player?
I think it's cool. To be honest, I think it's good. I think everywhere we play so far got good fans. They really support their team. I think it's just kind of like a different environment playing away. But yeah, I think it's cool just going in and trying to get a dub on the road. It's kind of like a hostile environment, and you just got the staff and the team. So 20 or so guys just trying to go in, and there's thousands of people cheering against you. So I think it's real cool and it's real fun just to be able to compete in that environment.
Thanks.
And we'll head back over to Michael from the Free Press.
Hey, Caleb, we asked you about Hunter's passing after the game the other day, and Hunter was talking about how he felt it was an example of when you guys really made Maryland pay for doubling him in the post when he was able to kick it out to you guys for shots or able to find cutters and things like that. How different does it feel in a game when a team wants to double team Hunter a lot versus a team that is more willing to play him straight up? Does that make a big difference for the offense one way or the other?
You're on mute. You're on mute, Caleb.
Sorry, I just got kicked out. If you just repeat the question.
Oh yeah,
for me.
no problem. After the game the other day, we had asked you about Hunter's passing and how he was able to find you guys out of double teams. And so my question was, how different does it feel for the offense when you play a team that is willing to double him on almost every possession versus a team that is more likely to play him straight up?
Yeah, I mean, I think both ways it kind of works for the team, because I feel like if you're willing to play him straight up, more times than not, he's gonna score. He has a great post game. Obviously, he's one of the best scorers in college on the low block. And if you're willing to double team, I think we got a lot of good other players who can make shots. From me to Musa, Eli, Devontae. So I think it's really just pick your poison in terms of what teams are trying to do. If they're gonna go and double team him, then he has the ability to kick it out, and we have the ability to knock down shots. And if they're just gonna leave a man by himself on an island on the block, he's more than capable of being able to score. So I think it's really up to the defense at that point. You know what I mean?